Hey there YouTube, welcome to Big Mike Beard Wisdom. So today we'll be talking about mowing the lawn and just a couple of tips. So right now, there's a giant bumblebee. So right now we've got a break in the weather. It stopped raining about 6 hours ago. And it's not supposed to rain again for about another 2 hours, and it's been raining a couple days straight. So it's kind of one of those things where, you know, how long do you let your grass get before risking mowing it? And the biggest thing is that a lot of times you don't want to mow your grass when it's wet. And then for me, I always walk the lawn real quick. So if you walk your lawn looking for dog landmines or sticks and stuff like that, and your shoes get wet, normally that's a sign, at least for me, that it's too wet to mow. So it'll cause like an additional clumping when you go to mow. So the leaf clippings all kind of hang out together. But this is kind of one of those, I either do it now or I do it in 3 days kind of situations. So I'm gonna go ahead and give her a quick mow, hope for the best. Take a quick break just to show you. For me, whenever I do my lawn, I always try and do forward and back, crossways, and then there's always a day where I do crazy stuff, just following all sorts of the curves and stuff like that. That way it helps keep ruts out. But whenever I do the initial mowing, so like the running of the borders and stuff like that, I try and go 3 wide, so 3 cuts wide, on anywhere where I'm going to be turning around a lot. And so today's cut's going to be like a long cut, so I'll be cutting up and back on today's cut. So this area here's got 3 cuts, the area in the back's got 3 cuts, that way there's room. And you can kind of see with the amount of grass I'm cutting, I've got a fair amount of stuff, of clippings left, and then they're wet. So with them being wet, it makes it even worse. So that really bogs the motor down, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna make for like some weird funky stuff on the lawn later. But it's kind of the hand the weather dealt us. When it comes to trying to figure out how to cut a straight line, the only tip that I really have is to pick a point in the distance and try and head for that point. So whether or not it's going to want to be in straight or not, who knows? But go ahead and pick that point, and hopefully you go straight. From the point where I was to the fence, I've got like a little piece of plant or pipe down there that I look at to try and focus, that way I drive straight. And normally it's straight-ish. But the next trick that I do is that I section my yard. So you can see I went straight down this one, then I came back down this one, and it's fairly wide. That way I don't have to make any super sharp turns. And then over here I did the same thing. I headed up this way, and then I came back down this way. And what this does, it allows me to go around these outer 2 sections, blowing the grass out into areas that haven't been mowed yet. And then having the double cut center section allows the final cuts to be easily ran up and down without cutting the steering wheel too tight. So everyone's mower is going to be a little bit different. Everyone's mower maybe can turn better than others, but this one I need at least 2. But this helps prevent stacking and having a whole bunch of the grass clippings being in your runs. Now if you were going to do something like if you were bagging it, then that'll probably be fine and something that you don't have to worry about. But for me, I'm just side discharging it. One of these days I'll try looking into making something to get that as a more of a mulching design. But this works out pretty good, and it really helps like with this front lawn area, because with this front one, stuff's not always 100% straight as you mow. So maybe this sidewalk wanders a little bit as it goes, And then if you followed the sidewalk, then when you mow, you wandered a little bit. So doing the 2 cuts in the center, which is what I'll do here shortly, up there really helps with mowing up there. And then one of the last cuts I make is this cut up the side here, because you can see all the grass clippings here. And essentially by making this last cut and having the blower on this side, it'll kick all those grass clippings into the lawn on the other side. That way you don't have to come through and hit it with a leaf blower later. Not always a big fan of mowing it, but always a big fan when it's done. That, and it's just nice sometimes when you walk out and you've got semi-straight lines going out. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Check you next time. Okay, so can you see the spider? I forgot what I was doing. Okay, let's move on. Focus. 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 Don't let the wind blow.